It's exactly 9:30 and good morning. It's Tuesday, June 16th, mid-month and just a few days from the first day of summer. I'm not sure what happened to spring with all that's going on, but I hope you're having a great week. And we're experiencing a little June gloom this morning here in Santa Barbara, so you never know what's going to be like when you wake up. It's a little overcast. It's kind of one of those days, you don't want to get out of bed, but you do anyway. And maybe an extra cup of tea or coffee. So this morning, we're going to start. Can you see? You're going to need a bolster or something similar, and a blanket, and a tennis ball later, okay? So if you don't have any of those, you have to improvise. You can do some kind of a blankets to elevate and a blanket, but I have to tell you, a bolster is a great investment. And a tennis ball, something similar but not too hard. We're going to work on that fascia a little bit after the weekend. Might be a little stiff. And if you are here in the area and I see you, I've got a whole bag of tennis balls. I'd be happy to donate one to you. So we might have to borrow one from your dog. So you might hear some background noise. They're re-roofing the house next door. So this is part of life. Okay, so let's get started. I'm going to give you the instruction. I'm going to get you into the initial position. It's a real wonderful opening position. And then there's a part two to it. So I'll cue you partway through that, and you'll end up lying down with your legs over the bolster. But we're going to start a little differently. Those of you who have been in my classes or other sessions may be familiar. What's really important on this is that when we come back, we're in a cat tilt. So remember, there's three positions of your pelvis. Neutral, so think of the bowl. Okay, pelvis means bowl in Greek. So neutral means if you fill the bowl, nothing will spill. Okay, and then you can go into a cat or a dog. I see somebody's here. Yay, good morning. So a cat or a dog. So a cat is when you tilt the bowl back under and you can feel the pelvis tip up toward your knees. Dog is when you tilt the pelvis forwards through, okay? And they're very specific in each and every pose. And it's to protect, it's for your alignment, because where your pelvis goes, your spine goes. And where your spine goes, your neck goes, and your shoulders go. And you want the maximum benefit, and you don't want to compress. You don't want to compress. So a lot of what we do in the way we sit and life tends to get us into too much of a slumpy cat tilt, and then the low back gets overstretched, and we need to come and tilt forward. So we do the pose and the counter pose and neutral. Okay, we're going to start. And you're going to need to do a cat tilt. So we're going to sit toward the very front of the bolster, okay, facing toward the window, okay, with your back to your blanket, okay, and I will talk you through it. If you want to watch first and then do it, because then I will leave you time to relax in quiet. I know I chat a lot. Okay, I'm not used to talking and doing the poses and not having anyone there. Okay, so here we go. So you sit to the very, very front. Bend your knees, and your bottom is toward the front edge of the bolster. Make sure, kind of pull your pants up, because you're going to drag your bottom, your tush, your hips, glutes over. You're going to drag them across the bolster. And when you do, it kind of pulls the fabric against the fabric, kind of goes opposite directions, okay? And when you do this, please lean back carefully, okay? You don't want to hurt anything. Kind of tilt your tailbone up and drag just gently toward the back of the bolster. I can feel my low back. My low back's a little tight this morning. This feels so good. Now you have to it's a little awkward. You have to lie down. Don't come off of the bolster. You're up in this space. And then you're going to lie back. You're going to place something under your neck This is actually too much. But anyway, and then you're going to slowly stretch out your legs. I could have been a little further back with the bolster, but it's okay. All right, so there's this long, gentle extension. And look, it's equal length on the front and back body. You should be able to feel your low back totally up off of the mat in this beautiful curve. I can get my hands. Stretch your legs out like a Shavasana. Put a little bit under your neck, okay? Just a little to support the curve of the neck. So we're supporting all the curves. Oh, feels so good. So you want your shoulders to be on the mat. Then just let your arms stretch apart. Close your eyes and breathe. Yeah, that's it. So you're going to feel this opening stretch across. You can call these hip flexors, the psoas, the groin. Okay, that will be the first place. You might even feel it resonate up into the low belly because everything is getting this beautiful open space. You know, we sit a lot, standing, all the things we do, most of the things we do tend to compress. Gravity is pushing us down. So this is to counter that. So breathe deep. This is very encouraging to breathe nice and deep. Breathe down. Think of relaxation, okay? And we're going to be here a few minutes. I'm going to be here with you. And let's say a couple of minutes, okay? If you're just tuning in, this is what where we're starting, okay? So you have to sit. I'll read. Well, I think you're fine. If you know, and close your eyes and breathe. Let the arms be heavy. Everything just go. Remember though, breathing is only through the nostrils. Okay, the nostrils. I'm a little congested. We had a lot of wind and dry, but I'm still going to breathe through my nostrils. Okay. Let the throat open up. Feel yourself slowly melt. Everything relax. We all hold our tension in different ways, in different places, and it becomes so chronic we don't realize we're doing it. And that's the beauty of these restorative passive poses. Okay? You aren't doing anything else but getting yourself in a comfortable position, a beneficial position, restorative, and breathing. And allows you to notice and be in your own experience. Okay, now I'm really going to be quiet. Okay? I'm going to do a couple of minutes. Maybe soften in the jaw. The eyes fall back into the sockets. Let any other distractions, let them be white noise. You'll feel yourself open up. You feel my shoulders opening up for me. A little deeper stretch across the abdominals. Just be in your own experience. So I'm going to cue you into the next part of the pose, okay? On your own, you can stay here as long as you want. Often we'll do this pose at the end of class, but I just thought it'd be nice to do at the beginning. So we bend our knees, lift your hips, and push the bolster forward until you feel it's under your knees. Relax the pelvis and let your legs stretch out over the bolster or blankets or whatever you've got. Again, I really encourage you to get a bolster. It's just a wonderful, wonderful prop. Okay, and then I'm going to leave you here another couple of minutes to just be, okay? And then we'll go from there. Okay, so relax for a few more minutes. Sound effects today. I prefer the birds, don't you? So just relax, legs stretch out over the bolster, a little support maybe under the neck. Some of you don't really need it, okay? And I'm gonna leave you here about another minute. So on your own, you can count your breaths. We can have a little timer, or just maybe you don't have an agenda. You can just enjoy. So let's just start to come to seated. We're going to take our time. We're going to do a little stretch. Just bring the right knee in. Gently hold the knee, the back of the thigh, or the shin. Just let the left leg stay over the bolster support. Go ahead and flex both feet. And let's go ahead and get some movement in the right ankle. If you have space, you can do it on the left as well. Just make some circles. Breathe. So we don't want to hold our breath when we're focusing on a movement. It's very common when we're focusing to hold our breath, not just in yoga, okay? So you want to breathe and move. 5 or 6 each direction. And then just kind of stretch. Okay, see what's going on. So when you flex the foot, you can feel it off in the calf, the Achilles tendon, and stretch across the top of the foot, ankle, shin. And then do both sides, okay? The same, 5 or 6 circles each direction. You might hear little clicking noises, sometimes little popping noises. That's okay. There's a lot of little bones in there. Okay, we want to keep them active and awake. Both directions. And you know, doing the side that it's not dominant for you can feel awkward, but that's part of why we do it. We don't want to ignore it. Good. And then just when you're ready, just give yourself a nice, loving little hug, roll around. And then let's move the bolster away and roll onto your side in a fetal position. If you have a blanket or your arm, just wait. There's no hurry to transition. Okay? We're not in a rush today. You can do that after class. But in class, we want to be a nice pace, a nice rhythm, and be present. So remember, it's so important when you come up from rising up, you always come from the bottom up. So use the support of your arms. Get anchored and slowly come up. If we come up too fast, we can get a little dizzy. Or we can sort of snap, kind of snapping your neck, your low back. We don't need to do that. Okay, here we are. So let's come to seated. We're going to get back to the tennis ball, don't worry. But I want to start seated. So get whatever you need, blankets, even the bolster, 2 blankets, pillows, towels. Towels are okay, but they're okay. Just make sure you have several and they're folded firm and flat. Okay, so neutral pelvis. Okay, remember I talked to you about it. You don't want to be in a cat or a dog. Neutral pelvis. Okay, and you can tell. Okay, you have these little your little sits bones or like the pointy bones of your pelvis. And if you feel you're sort of behind them, that's a cat. Can you feel how your back is rounding? When you're in a cat, your spine rounds and the shoulders drop forward. This is the most common position. Dog is overarching the back. That's what I used to do. So it's overarching, then you're compressing. So we don't want to overstretch or compress. So neutral. So it's important that you get enough under you that you can come into a neutral pelvis. Otherwise, you're going to exacerbate the issues you have. And, or as we're sitting, you're going to start fidgeting because it's going to be uncomfortable. Now, being in proper alignment can feel uncomfortable at first because you've gotten used to not being in your proper alignment. So we want to get things back where they belong. Okay, you want your shoulders open over your hips. You want your head on top of your shoulders. And to do that, you have to have enough support under you. It's the princess and the pea. So notice where my knees are. Okay, they're not up here. If your knees pop up, it's just there's a couple of things going on. You're tight somewhere, maybe in the hamstrings. Okay, tighten the low back, which the hamstrings can pull the low back. So a lot of people end up saying like this. That's a no-no. Put enough support, your knees can start to relax. Now, they may only go here, and that might get uncomfortable. Okay, I showed you last Thursday, today's Tuesday, some possibilities if your knees won't relax lower than your waist. First of all, you get another blanket under you, and you sit higher. Okay, so I sit higher, and my feet a little away, my knees can come down lower. Okay, so elevate so your knees can descend. Something else you can do if they start to ache, get a towel or a blanket and open it up like so and just kind of fold it like this and slide it under your legs so you have the support, so you're not holding your legs. They need to relax. They need to relax. If you're holding, you're creating tension. It's totally counter to what we're trying to do, which is detense. Is that a word? Okay, we're trying to open things up passively and properly. And if you're holding, you can feel it. Your hip flexors and your muscles and so forth gripping. We don't want to grip. Okay, got it? So you need to do as much as you think you'll need in the beginning, because sometimes people assume they can do this, and then after about 5 breaths, they're twitchy and fidgeting. So I want you to come into a comfortable place right now, if you aren't already. Close your eyes. Drop into your breath and be still. Feel your alignment, feel the spine lift off the bowl of the pelvis. Closing the eyes, the eyelids, upper lids meet the lower lids. Go in. And I'm going to leave you here a couple minutes, and I want you to be still. If your nose starts to itch, don't scratch it. If your thoughts start to wander and you start to wiggle, or you need to fix your clothes, your hair, or something, don't do it. Come back to the next breath. Yes. Come back to the next exhale. the next inhale. Maybe make minor little opening from the internal into the breath, but no fidgeting, no straightening out the legs, no changing the feet. Breathe into it unless it's pain. Just be as still within the movement of the breath. Let's bring the hands to the heart in prayer position. Lowering the gaze to your heart center, sending love, light, and heat and healing to your heart center, to that of your loved ones, to everyone, everywhere. Ready? And come back. Join me. Open the eyes. So I invite you to practice that minute or two on your own. Just find a minute or two. Maybe it's at the beach or in the mountains or in on a nature walk or your garden or your bedroom or in the bathtub. Finding a place where you can just sit for a couple of minutes, still, quiet, and just breathe. And let everything else recede. So the practice of yoga, in the practice, the Patanjali's Yoga Sutras, which sort of codified yoga, there's very little talk about the asana or the movements. Everything else is about this, taming this. Everything comes from taming the mind, and all the distractions. They call them the vrittis. So it's like all the little dings, all the little things that are constantly dinging on us. So we want to let that move apart, not let everything impact us, our nervous system, and distract us. Okay? All right, now we're going to do something wonderful. Tennis ball, okay? And we'll be here a few minutes. Tennis ball therapy. If you know it, start to go for it. It's nice to have a blanket under you on top of your mat. I do have carpet, so I don't really need a blanket. This is nice and cushy. It's up to you. If you don't have a tennis ball, again, I recommend you get one, borrow one from your dog. Go to a tennis court. There's usually some laying around. You can get them for like $1. Okay? And if you live around here, I have a whole bag of them. I'd be happy to donate to you. So the purpose of this, they call it a poor man's massage, is to get into the fascia. And they've even started this whole yoga practice, fascia yoga or yoga whatever, which is kind of funny to me. But anyway, the purpose of the tennis ball is to get into those hot spots, okay, that tighten up. Fascia is this connective tissue. And I think of it as like a very thin, pliable plastic wrap that wraps around your muscles, your bones, your tissues, everything. It kind of holds you together. And it can get tight. And when it starts to tight, it squeezes. And when it squeezes, that creates stress, pain, discomfort. So we're going to work on it with the tennis ball. And there's only one thing, well, let me get back here. Okay, so lie down with your knees bent. If you're not already there, you might already be there. And you just place the tennis ball underneath you. The only places that are off limits is your tailbone, spine, neck. So the whole spinal cord, the spine, is off limits. No, you don't go there, but there's plenty of other places to go. And right in the center of your glute is you're going to find little hot spots. I just found one. And that's your piriformis, where your piriformis comes around, connects, and the psoas connects, and this gets tight right in the heart of the glute. You feel it? And it feels kind of, if you're having a massage, you would say, oh yeah, a little more to the left, a little more to the right. So you're doing it for yourself. Sometimes you hit a hot spot that's like, yikes, it's too much. So just kind of roll around it, breathe. Don't forget to breathe. And sometimes it feels good just to stay in a spot and breathe into it. Feel like your whole body is melting into the tennis ball. You can straighten the leg, you can keep the knee bent, roll it to the side. So when we find these hot spots, sometimes we surprise ourselves. We have more than we thought we did. And sometimes there are places where we might have old scar tissue, old issues from whatever, injuries, surgeries, okay? And this is a good way to keep things healing. If we build a wall around it, we keep out the healing as well as the discomfort, okay? So, oh, there's a hot spot. Oh yeah, breathe. I've been doing a lot of walking, as some of you know, every day since January 1st. So my muscles are loving this. They are loving this. I don't have a bathtub, so I can't soak, which I would love to do. So just breathe and move. Or find a spot and just hang out. So hips, hamstrings, calves, around the shoulders. Oh, there's some nice hot spots on the lobe of the back muscles. Some of them you can't really get to. We all go backwards, don't we? Just remember, no, not on the spine, not on the neck, not on the tailbone. You'll find these little hot spots. If you want, you can go onto the side and do your IT bands. This gets really tight. Okay, and like you can roll up and down. Oh yeah. Okay. Oh boy, that IT band's right on the seam, like if you had tuxedo slacks on, and that gets good and tight as well. And you can also use it as a little tool on the arms. Okay, hands, feet. Okay, so I'm going to leave you here a few more minutes. Enjoy. And if you do this on your own, there's no limit. There's no time limit at all. Okay, tennis ball therapy. Go for it. I'm going to leave you here a couple minutes, okay? With you and your tennis ball. Hi, how you doing? Are you loving this tennis ball thing? So go ahead for a little bit more, and I'll just chat about how much I love tennis balls. So if you have a tendency towards sciatica, Okay, and if you have it, you know it. The sciatic nerve runs all the way down the leg. It's the largest nerve in the body. It's super thick. And when things start to, some of us have a tendency towards sciatica, which I do. I just think of it as a propensity toward sciatica. So what a lot of people do, they immediately think they need back surgery. No, you need to modify. You probably need to lose a little weight. Sorry, because people at a certain age start to get belly fat. I'm sorry. But that really impacts the low back. If it impacts the low back, it impacts the hips, the neck, everything else, and it's not healthy. But also, it's just this tightness of the sciatic nerve. And I have not, the first time I experienced it was way before I did yoga. And I thought I was going to die. It was so bad, the sciatic attack. Oh my gosh, it was so painful. So I know how painful it is. And then many moons later, with the yoga, I was able to identify, and I'll never have it anymore. If I start to feel it, I know exactly what it is. I go right for this, the tennis ball, and this gentle stretching. Okay, so you can place the tennis ball as you're sitting. Like if you sit at a desk or you're driving or flying. I bring one when I travel because sitting for a long time really exacerbates, and it's really hard to be comfortable in some of these seats. You place it right in the center of your glute. You just kind of, that pressure relieves, okay, the nerves and the sensation tremendously. It's wonderful. So if you feel like you're starting to get a little attack, get that tennis ball and go for it. Have it handy. Okay, let's move now that we're all opened up and so forth. Come on to all fours. Let me stop this. All right, so now we're going to really focus on that juiciness. Now that you've done that opening, pop, 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 and the tennis ball, breathe, and just feel the result of kind of starting to get things moving. So we want to have this mobility. You like that hammering? The movement. Breathe. Remember that the prana, the life force, is so important. So remember the tilts: neutral, cat, dog. Okay, so let's do cat, dog. So neutral pose, and then cat, the tailbone turns down, rounds the spine, and dog. You lift your tailbone, think of a dog wagging its tail, the spine lengthens forward, and you look forward. Don't pull back the chin. You look up with the crown of your head, so that always the pelvis moves first. Everything follows. And breathe. So we inhale and we inflate, we open, breathe, breathe, breathe. And then as you exhale, you extend. The hips go back, the heart forward. Okay, and then let's do a little more hip and rib roll. Remember the little bird hands, alternating, move, side to side. Very, very, we're just doing very fluid movements. Think fluidity. Think wonderful, warm, golden liquid. Okay. I think sometimes when we start moving, we realize how much we don't move. How much of our life is sedentary. Okay. And it doesn't take a lot of movement to keep things really happy. It's so important. It's so important. Let's do a little more cat dog too. You can't do too much of these, and you should do them every day. So cat and dog. It keeps things lubricated, okay? Juicy. Range of motion. And the other thing that's wonderful is out there when you're doing your normal life things, walking, playing tennis, whatever you're doing, you'll do them better. Okay, so now we're going to do a little series. So you're going to just sit back, shins out as much as you can. I know some of you have knee issues and hip, but just do what you can, but stretch your arms forward. And you're going to inhale, come up, use your legs. Reach, stretch. And when you exhale, you're going to sit toward your heels and bow. Inhale, come up onto all fours. And down dog. Up we go, exhale. Down dog. Okay, it's been a while. I love down dog. So let's do down dog, breathe, wiggle, stretch. Okay, inhale, plank, lower, turn the toes down, back we go. And then come up on it, inhale, and stretch, shoulders down, reach, okay, and then extended child's. Up we go, down dog. Up we go, exhale, and walk the dog. Slow, we're not in a hurry. Relax the toes, let them stretch apart. Feel the calves, feel everything. Lift those hips. Plank, down dog. Do what you can. Plank, down dog. Plank, lower, and back. One more. Up, reach, and stretch. Keep the shoulders down. Lift from the heart, and bow. Up we go. This time, 8-point pose and a cobra. So cobra is a back bend, so it's a cat tilt. Back bends are cat tilt. Bring the forearms forward and strong legs. Breathe. And then back to down dog. So we're going to walk the hands back till I'm in a forward bend. I'm having clothes issues today. Long t-shirt. Okay. So won't wear this one again for yoga. So take your time when you do this. Make sure you get grounded. Okay. Okay. Fold. Bend the knees a little and shake it out. Shake it out. Oh, feels good. Shake it out. Then we're going to go back to down dog. So slowly come into down dog. If it's okay with your shoulders and wrists, inhale, exhale. Inhale. One more. Elbows in. Up you go on your forearms, your hands. Long, strong legs. Please feel the buttocks engaged. Lift your navel, heart, crown. And back we go. Exhale. And now we're going to come into a forward bend. Walk or step up. So you can either step up 1 foot at a time or tippy toe up till you're in a forward bend. Soften the knees a little. No rounding. I'm in a dog tilt. See how my hips are tilted? Not this. This. Okay? I want you to come up halfway. Halfway. Look at my tailbone. It's up. It's a dog tilt. Forward bend, dog. Forward bend, dog. Back bend, cat. Back cat, forward dog. Took me like 6 months to get that. Okay? And then you're going to fold, dog. Now we come up. Keep your solid in your legs. Really feel the connection and come up from the soles of your feet. Feel the energy coming up, lifting you. Use your legs. The arms come up and hands forward. Take your time. Okay, I'm going to just adjust. How are we doing? Okay, so we're only like halfway through, and you can do any part of that every day. Now I want you to do half sun salutes. I know some of you know it, and I'll go through the sequence just in case, but I want you to do half sun salutes, okay? I'm going to make the adjustment here so I don't get my head cut off. Okay. So you notice I have everything here that I'm going to need for my practice, so I don't have to leave the mat. And that's what you should do too. Okay, so you're already doing your half sun salutes. The breath is consistent, the movement is consistent, and that's true throughout the practice. And I'm going to do some with you because I love half sun salute. So always start with a breath or two, just getting there. Open your arms wide. Let your gaze follow your thumbs. Dog tilt. There's no cat tilt in half sun salute. Okay, it's neutral pelvis, spread the arms out, welcome the light. And swan dive, lift the tailbone first, bend those knees, fold. Half and fold. Come up on an inhale and continue. Okay, do a couple more, keep going. I'll cue you. I'm going to get my water. How you doing? Half sun salute. Ardha Surya Namaskar. Okay, so now, as you finish the next one, let's go together into a full sun salute, shall we? You have to adjust for furniture. Okay. So a full sun salute on the right side and a full sun salute on the left. Okay, I want you to do both sides on your own. All right? You go ahead. I'll catch up. I think I need a cameraman. Okay? Consistent breath and movement. Breathe. Be in your own practice, in the details. Go deep. Be in the practice. Everything else can wait. Be in your body, your experience. If you're done, I'll be there in a second. We'll do another round together. Are you ready? We might do 2 rounds together. So stay with your breath. I'm going to go to about a nice long 4-count breath. But just stay with your own. We're going to throw in a few other things. Do what you can today. Doesn't matter what you did last week or last month or what you think you should do or what I do or what anyone else does. Do what is appropriate for you today. Okay, take a moment. When you're ready, begin arms overhead and fold. Half and fold. Step back on the right. Go slow. Lift that leg up and back. Wait in lunge. Bird hands, knuckles, or fists. When you go step back, lift your hips first and then lift this leg up and place it. Hold. We're going to lift the right leg into Ekapada, ignoring the furniture. Hips level, extend up. Look at your left big toe or up toward your right big toe. Breathe. Now, if you can, inhale into a plank. Keep the right leg up. Back to down dog. This is a little more intense. If it hurts anything, bring the leg down. Only do what you can. Inhale. Exhale the foot down. Knees, chest, chin. Nice, long cobra. Breathe. Cat tilt. Strong legs. Spread your toes apart. Legs firmly together. Open the heart. Lift your crown. Back to down dog when you're ready. We're going to step forward on the right. We're going to do crescent. So I'm going to go a little shorter stance. Take your time. Do what you can. Come up. Don't push into the right knee, please. Be strong. We opened up this groin, so that really, you want to feel a stretch upward, not pushing into the hip socket. After I come into my full pose, I'm going to be here about 4 to 5 nice deep breaths. Okay, and then we're going to go into warrior 3. Or is it 1? I always get them confused. So do what you can. Touch, breathe. Really engage this the quads, hamstrings. Breathe. It's a back bend, cat tilt. When you're ready, step back into crescent. Find your balance. And then triangle on the right. Again, when I get to my full pose, 4 to 5 breaths. Just be consistent. You pick the number. But be consistent. Remember, don't pull the shoulder back. Turn from the spine. It's a twist that is created by the strong legs, the grounded triangle, and then the triangle form with my arm. After your 4 to 5, we're going to do warrior 2. And I want you to let the arms float out. If you look over your right middle finger and your left middle finger, it should be point to point. Your 4 or 5 breaths. And then side angle pose. And down dog. Now we're going to go through this cycle again. I'll meet you in a forward bend. Step up on the right, push off. Step up. When you step up with the back foot, push off and lift those hips. We're going to finish in chair pose. So it's a dog and a cat. Lift your, it is a back bend. It's more of a cat. Look up, lift your arms. If you can't lift your arms, just put them on your shoulders or your hips. Get into your heels. Look at your feet. Up we go and up we go. Okay. We're going to do the same on the left if I remember everything. Okay? But if I don't, you just do what you think I did. Okay. Take a moment. When you're ready, arms overhead, swan dive. Dog half. Look at my tailbone lifting. Don't push back, lift forward. Fold. Step back on the left. Down dog. Lift those hips. Exhale, lift. How about a leg lift on the left? Okay, up we go. Lift up. Be on the pads of your thumbs, your fingerprints. Lift up, level hips. Breathe. Barbie foot. Flex, then half flex. Spread those toes apart. Breathe. And if you can, just do what you can. Inhale. Exhale. If it's too much, don't do it today. Inhale. Exhale. Nice. Long. Bhujangasana cobra, the snake. Back to down dog. Hips first. Up we go. So we're going to do the standing series on the left. My back's going to be turned to you part of the time that I can see. Okay, step up on the left when you're ready. Hold, lunge. And then crescent. Okay, so find your crescent on your own. Sometimes one side is not as cooperative as the other. I'm also on carpet and mat, which I tell you every time, but it does make a difference. If you have a soft carpet and mat, it makes balancing a little more challenging, but you can still do it. Take your time moving through the sequence. Lift from the low ribs. Open up the chest. Steady gaze and breath. Remember 4 to 5 breaths. Just be consistent once you get there. And then we're going to transition into the balance. So as you straighten the leg, lift up off the hip socket. If this is enough, that's fine. If you need to tap down, that's fine. But lift your gaze. Don't look at the floor. Tap down, lift, breathe. It's like a cobra. So it's a cat tilt, breathe. Look straight ahead or higher, breathe. And then when you're ready, ease back. Find your pose. If you fell out of it, it's okay. Just come back. And then triangle on the left. So I'm going to turn my back to you. I'm aligned over my left leg. I have a little tightness here today. So I'm just going to honor that and not push into it. I'm just going to breathe, see where it goes. Don't push into the shin. You should be able to lift the hand, strengthen the legs. After your sequence of breath, warrior 2, take your time. Breathe as you transition. Okay, it's like going through neutral. When you drive, you always go through neutral. Park, neutral, reverse. Park, neutral, drive. Okay? So breathe. And side angle. Lift up off of your left shoulder. Don't collapse. Turn from your center. And when you're done your sequence of breath, back to down dog. One more cycle. I'll meet you in down dog. So the step up can be a bit of a challenge. So maybe adjust your stance. Look where you're headed. Keep the hips high. This is the key. Think of a cat curl. And step up. And then bring it up. Keep the hips high. Wait. Push off with the back foot. Lift those hips. Up we go. Get your footing before we come up. Big, sweeping, lifting. Inhale, back, and yeah, great. It's so empowering, so beneficial. Okay, so now I would like you to do a balanced pose on your own. So you can do half moon, you can do tree, you can do any other simple. If those are too much today, you can modify. Okay, someone reminds me, I'll show those with a chair next week, especially half moon, okay, and the standing poses. And by the way, you can always do just what you can. If you have questions, please send me a message, email me, or whatever. Okay, so do a standing pose on your own. So find your focal point. If it's tree pose, get centered before you begin, or half moon, and wait. Listen for the inner cues today. Don't think, oh, I did this last week or the week before, I can do this pose. Forget all that, okay? And I'm going to do tree, all right, today. Now, I'm on a squishy, so I'm going to try it just on the carpet. That might help. so we remember to go through the sequence, creating the prayer. If you're doing half moon, do that. Every pose has a focal point. It's called a drishti. It's a concentration point for the gaze. When you concentrate your gaze, it concentrates and focuses your breath and your awareness and your mind. If your gaze is moving, your mind is moving, and that's the ego. The ego always wants to be in control. So it's about putting the ego in the back seat and your breath in the front, in the driver's seat, your focal point. Look straight ahead or higher. Learn not to look at the floor. In between the right side and the left, whether it's half moon or tree, wait till you have your balance back, till your body is back and recalibrated. If you have time, if you're done, do both. Okay? There's no rule that you can do just one balance pose. Why do we do balance poses? So we improve our balance. So we don't lose that very important ability, which can deteriorate a little, but don't buy into all the things they say are going to happen to you as you get older. I have people say, well, when you get to your age or our age, and I say, I don't believe in all that. I wasn't raised like that. So be careful what you buy into. Yes, things change, but they don't always have to go downhill. Okay? And with the yoga and being aware of your experience, you can really improve, actually, and be stronger, more youthful, more vital. And it's not just good for the body, as you know, it's body and mind. I mean, we want to be whole and well. Okay, finish on your own. Okay. And use whatever you need to help you with balance. Use blocks, use a chair, use a wall. What it does also is it strengthens the bones. It helps us to be more aware when we're balanced, to find our balance, be in balance, which is very, very important. And we learned the alignment of being in balance, and it strengthens the bones. Okay? Okay, are we ready to go back down to the floor? I bet you are. Okay, so I'm going to take you down. I'm going to do a forward bend, and then you can step back on either side into down dog, okay? So on your own. So always take your time. It's when we rush, and I know I do it too. The down dog. And then a plank, or just bring the knees down. We're going to thread the needle, okay? So you may need something for under your head. Sometimes we do thread the needle in front of the practice or here, but it's another little twist. So remember, we'll do the right side first, going to thread my hand through, rest on right in the middle of the mat with my right side of my head and my right shoulder. I like to have a support. I'm a little tight. My shoulders and neck are a little tight, so I don't want to stress them. Okay, the idea is to not stress, but my hips are even. My shins are parallel, toes turned under. I'm going to breathe very deeply into my torso, ribs, intercostals, and lungs. Across the back, sides, everywhere. It's like I'm wringing it out. A gentle twist. Not so far that I start to constrict or resist. So hold a little longer. Any twist is good that you do. Just make sure you're in integrity. Your alignment is in integrity. After you've done 5 breaths here, a minute or 2, you're going to come up. And I'd like you to do something neutral in between. Maybe cat dog, child's pose, down dog. And then go ahead and do the other side on your own. So I'm going to thread through, lower. When you're done, do something neutral again. It can be cat dog, it can be a child's pose, it can be down dog. If child's pose is difficult, use a bolster or blankets underneath you. It's yummy. Okay. Just supported child's pose. Okay. Feels so good. And after you're done with all that, slide your feet forward, bend the knees. When you lie back, okay, exhale, feel your navel, hug your spine. This is core, supporting the core, and slowly ease back. Oh. Here we are again, back to where we started. That's the idea. Okay. And your first impulse, at least mine is, oh, it feels so good. So thank yourself. Say thank you. Thank you, body. I mean, we all have aspects of our body that we aren't particularly fond of. You know, maybe it's the this or the that, or too much of this and not enough of that. Not high enough, not low, tall enough, not too tall, too wide, too this, too that. But you are a product of your genes. Okay? Not your Calvin genes, not those genes, you know what I mean. And all that came before you. I think about that sometimes, okay? So it's what you've got. This is your spacesuit that you were assigned. And maybe it needs to be defluffed. Okay, I was feeling too fluffy, so I really went on a campaign, a goal, the first of the year. I was just hitting my top weight that I wasn't happy about. I thought, okay, are you going to do something about it? Are you going to keep complaining about it? Your genes are complaining. And I just started with a goal, and I did reach that goal early. And I bounce around a little. That's how it happens. And now I'm hoping to go a little bit more, but taking the pressure off. It just feels better. So do what feels better, and you know, let's stretch out the left leg, shall we? You're probably already doing this. Just commit to yourself. You know, I made the commitment to me. I didn't tell anybody. I just said, okay, here's what I'm going to do because I need to do this for me. So do it for you. And when you do it for you, you do it for everyone. But it has to start with you. And you deserve to be healthy and vital and your best, whatever that is for you. So if there's something that you aren't pleased with or it's impacting your health, and you can do something about it, okay, which you can about a lot of things. Your eating, your weight, your diet, your level of movement, and you're thinking about it, then it's up to you. If you need support, you can always send me an email. Okay? But I think what's important, you're doing both sides, right? We're gonna do one more little, actually something else. Let me just check, make sure. Okay. We're gonna do a passive leg cradle because if you want, you can put a bolster under your left foot if you have the bolster nearby, or a block. I'm gonna put a bolster. It's just more hip. Ah, yeah. Oh, yeah. It's just getting back into those hip socket piriformis. Mm-hmm. I find it's almost human nature, at least it's my human nature. If I feel I have to do something, it creates resistance. No, I don't. I don't have to do anything. But if you choose, and choosing for you, then you're always at choice. Sometimes we don't like to hear that, but for the most part, we are. Most of you are. Nice deep breath. I'm getting a little more movement in the hips. Feels great. So right where I put that tennis ball. Okay, now I'm going back there at the end of a practice. You could do a tennis ball now if you wanted to. You can play with it on your own. If you just do something, you can alternate. Just stay on each side maybe a minute or 2 minutes. It's up to you. And you can focus on the areas you need for that day. If you only have half an hour, that's shoulders, then just start and then do all the shoulder stuff and let your body tell you what to do. Okay, when we're done with this, because I love to do this, don't you? We do something else I love to do. So just stretch your legs up in the air. If you can, stretch your arms overhead or wherever you can. I know some of you have shoulder stuff. Maybe take them a little wider, if that's better. Take an inhale out to the tips of your toes and fingers. And as you exhale, we curl and fold. Inhale, arms up or out, and your exhale. So it's a fluid movement. It's not herky-jerky. It's a very moon feminine energy. And we're coming into the summer solstice, the new moon. So we want to honor that. Every new moon, every new day, we have every breath, the opportunity for newness. Not we have to be all new or different, but just maybe see things in a new way or refreshed way. Oh, this is wonderful. Inhale, just open. It's a soft. And close. Let's do a couple more. So your inhale, expand, open, out to the edges, and bring it all back. On the next one, we're going to lower the arms and the feet. And we'll go into a rolling fluid bridge, okay? So feel your knees over your heels. Even put, if you have a block, a block is great to slide between your knees or thighs. Why? It keeps your knees from flopping apart. You want your knees aligned over your heels. Your feet are like mountain pose. Your toes don't turn out, they turn forward. And it's a cat tilt. It's a back bend. So as you inhale up, start your tailbone lifting up toward your knees, and your arms start to stretch however you can. And then the exhale, we lower the spine and lengthen. Feel your tailbone, try and kiss your heels. I'm not going to turn my head because I'm putting pressure on my neck. So it's just floating up and exhale down. It's like the tracks on a roller coaster, up and down. And this is your spine. It's this gentle wave up and down. Just do what you can with the arms, okay? Do several. And then when you can, hold. So if you can't hold your arms overhead, put them out to the side, lift, hold the block. If you have one, your glutes will engage. Cat tilt, breathe. Feel it across the quads. Yes, we're going back here again like we did in the very beginning. We want this open, okay? The psoas, the groin. Breathe. When you're ready, lower slowly. Move. If you have a block, remove it. Check, please. Great. Okay, now I'd like you to do your favorite twist, finishing twist. Yes, another twist. Remember, when you twist, you elongate and then you slowly, it's a spiral turn, okay, for the maximum benefits. So when you're ready, and you probably are, do your favorite twist on both sides, right and left. If there's anything else you feel you need to do as part of your practice, because some of you have some favorite, you might want to do happy baby, you might want to roll around, you might have something else, go ahead and do it, and then do a finishing twist, at least 8 to 12 breaths on each side, or a minute and a half, 2 minutes on each side, okay? And I'm going to leave you here for that long, about 4 or 5 minutes, okay? And then, no, actually longer. Do your twist and then Shavasana. And you've earned it today. Okay, so I'll be back in a while. So your favorite twist and then relaxation. And please, if you have a bolster, feel free to use the bolster for relaxation. Okay, your favorite twist. Anything else you feel you want to do now? And I'll get things ready. And we come back. I'll see you in a little while. total disregard for his own family. So you're invited to a nice deep breath. Sort of start to ease back with that nice hammering in the background. White noise. You know, that's just part of life. Okay, and it can become white noise. Okay. So take a nice deep stretching breath, unless you don't want to. If you want to stay in Shavasana, if you feel like it, go for it. I'll bring everyone else back to end the session together. And when you're ready, if you're ready, you can tip onto your side. And of course, I'll share Hafez. And I did post on my page about 5 poems I've read of Hafez in the past. So if I miss one, just send me a message. But you know, I don't buy a lot of books these days, but this is one of my faves. Okay, Hafez. And it's translated by Daniel Ladinsky. Wonderful. So today, this is called I Imagine Now for Ages. It happened again last night. Love popped the cork on itself, splattered my brains across the sky. I imagine now for ages, something of Hafez will appear to fall like stars. And if you're so inclined, come together with me. And you can either just listen to or repeat the Namaste invocation. It's a great mantra, by the way, if you need to focus on your own breath and meditate, just repeat this wonderful invocation. I honor the place in you in which the entire universe dwells. I honor the place in you which is of love, of peace, of light, and of truth. When you are in that place in you, and I am in that place in me, we are one. Namaste. Om Shanti, peace to you. So I'm going to pick a heart card and an angel card again for us. Okay, so I will pick. Here's the angel. This is something to maybe focus on today. Clarity. Oh, is there something you need to get clear about? What pops into your head first? And the heart card. Take time to feel the love that surrounds you. Maybe that's what you need to be clear about. Take time to enjoy the love that surrounds you. To feel the love. Feel it, enjoy it. And whatever clarity, let me know. I'll see you Thursday. And this is how we will continue the rest of June and into July. Okay, we're going to stay with live video. It just isn't working out to go back to a studio environment here. And those of you who have stuck with it have become very comfortable with this. And so am I. I miss you, and we'll find another way to get together. But in the meantime, blessings, be well, stay safe, wear a mask, and I'll see you Thursday.